Okay, so let's do a quick playthrough with this deck. So currently I'm at the B0 rank, so I'm not particularly high ranked, but I mean, ranking up in this game is more a case of just grinding it out. So I mean, I'm going to try and grind it out over the next couple of weeks. Hopefully get up into the A's and the double A's over the next week or two, and then I can really show off some more powerful enemies than the current B rank. The decks that you face in B rank tend to be a lot of aggro decks. So I mean, I'm expecting this to be Stormhaven or the Heal Haven, the Elena Haven. They're generally unoptimized at this level. You do get the odd optimized deck, but generally they're unoptimized. So for the mulligan phase, I probably don't want to keep both of these. I probably just want to keep one. Definitely don't really want to keep this. This is mostly for beating out tempo elf or other aggro decks that play a lot of 1 health minions. I'm not expecting her to do that, so I don't really want to keep that card. Okay, so I've got Vampiric Fortress. That's quite a nice thing to just drop down. It's better if you've got bats in play already, because it will only create a bat if there's already one in play. But I mean, it's kind of nice to just get down occasionally. Okay, so it's looking like this is most likely Stormhaven. So this is probably a 50-50 matchup. I should hopefully be faster, unless he gets a ridiculous start. So I need to try and get as much pressure as I can in the early game as possible, to make him have to make trades with me. Okay, so it's not, it's actually the healing deck. This is slightly better for me. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take a bit of a oh no, I'm not, because this is going to pop. Okay, so I've got a couple of choices. I mean, I don't really want to play this. What I'm thinking is I'll play this, and then next turn I'll probably play this, and then I'll probably evolve this, something like that. That's kind of the line I'm thinking. I'll go with this. Not really any reason to kill this. I could do, I guess. Yeah, okay, I'll trade with that. Just because that's representing more damage than I'm giving out, really. So like I said, usually you don't want to trade. I mean, I haven't had a particularly explosive start. But I mean, like I said, you don't really want to... Okay, so he's had no turn 3 play, that's very good for me. So what I'm thinking is I'll play this minion, and I'll play these two. So now this should create another one and smash his face. 3, yep. So now I've got quite a strong board on turn 3. If he's got Angelic Barrage, that will just wreck me. That will probably lose me the game, but I mean, I've got to take... Oh, okay, I just win. So that's the power of this deck. He couldn't keep up with the aggression. So yeah, as you said, I'm on a 7-match win streak at the moment at this rank. I mean, that's mostly playing a combination of this and another deck that I'll do, Stormhaven. The deck that I thought that was what I was playing, but it turns out it wasn't. So I mean, as you can see at this rank, you can go on huge win streaks. I've had 15, 18 win streaks climbing up to this rank. I mean, I'm not expecting it to get difficult until I hit A rank. So if you just play an optimized deck, doesn't really matter what the deck is. I mean, I've climbed with D shift and gone on quite big win streaks, even against aggro decks. Because the decks at this rank aren't optimized. I mean, I'm expecting decks to start getting optimized at around probably A, maybe even high A, low AA, as when I'm expecting decks to be fully optimized, like fully masters level decks. So yeah, that was an introduction to Aggro Bat. I mean, fortunately that game was a lot shorter than I was hoping. But I mean, it is a very oppressive deck to play against. You can just get so much value so early on that people will just rage quit on you. So I mean, following on from that play, I would have just continued the pressure. I'd have probably played the Vampire Princess, maybe traded one of the bats in and evolved, just to get a bit more pressure on the board, represent more damage on the board. It would have been very hard for the opponent to come back in that game, so that's probably why they left early. So yeah, I will put a link to this deck in the description. You can click on it and you can create a deck code. So I'll do that for all of the decks. So I'll just show you how to do that. So when you go into your decks and you click new deck, you can enter a deck code. So on the link that I will provide, there'll be a button to create a deck code that will give you 4 characters like that. You essentially enter that, click OK, and it will pre-populate the deck with all the cards that you've got, and then you can just create the additional cards. Another good thing about this deck is that there's no legendaries in it. It plays a couple of golds, so it plays 3, 4, 5 golds, handful of silvers, but it's mostly silvers and bronzes, so that it's extremely cheap. So when you start adding legendaries to the deck, because they're 3,500 a pop, that's what makes your deck very expensive. Because this doesn't run any legendaries, it's extremely expensive. So I mean, as I was talking about previously with Vampire Synergy, I've seen a lot of decks use things like Midnight Vampire, which I personally don't like at all. I've seen people play Queen Vampire, which I don't like at all. See what other bat cards we've got. So Vampire Bard, I've seen some people play this in bat aggro decks. Mormo, I've seen people play this, which I think is another trash card. I've seen people play this, summon X Vice Bats and deal X damage to your leader. So again, I don't like that card at all. So this is a highly optimized, very powerful aggro deck that just uses bats. It's not a pure bat aggro deck. So I mean, I hope you enjoy it. I hope you try it out on the ladder, and I hope you win a lot of games. Yeah, thank you very much.